Okay, so for this topic, we will cover sequence. There is the arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence. Okay, now, what is arithmetic sequence? Actually, the full explanations you can find it from the book, page 91, the textbook. Okay, so from here, I just brief you what it is. Okay, now, arithmetic sequence. Okay, it's actually the difference of arithmetic sequence is actually the difference between two consecutive terms that is a constant, whereby it represents as a small little d here. Okay, now consecutive means that continuous two terms. Okay, so to get the difference, you can have the term 2, t here represent term. Okay, the term 2 minus your term 1, or you can have term 3 minus term 2. Okay, so let us look into one of the sequence. Okay, now from this sequence, okay, so how you name it? Okay, so very simple. Okay, so the first one, okay, just simple thing. The first one, you represent 2 here represent term 1, right? Represent term 1. In another words, okay, so the 2 here represent the term 1. Okay, in another words is your A. Okay, so 8 here represent term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5, and so on. Is it okay? These are very simple, right? Okay, so from this sequence, okay, so how do you find the difference then? Okay, so the difference will be term 2 minus term 1. Okay, that is 8 minus with 2. That's why you have 6. Okay, just simple like that. So just bear in your mind. Okay, so every time you see arithmetic, first two things that you have in mind. First, identify your A, that is your term 1. Next, identify your common difference. Okay, so let's look into the formula. Okay, how do you find the anthems in your arithmetic sequence? Okay, so this will be the formula that you need to apply. Okay, now n here represent the term that you will gonna find. A here represent the T1, okay, the term 1, or in other words, the first term. D here represent the common difference between the two consecutive terms, that you can have T2 minus T1, or even T3 minus T2. Okay, any will do. So, okay, so the further explanations I already stated at the bottom there. Okay, so now let's see the first example. Oops. Okay, so this is actually in your example 4 in page 94. Okay, so given the arithmetic sequence, okay, you've been given 15, 22, 29, 36, 43. Now, questions already highlight this is arithmetic. See that? This is arithmetic. So what you can do, you just two things in your mind. Get your A, get your D. Okay, so from here, obviously, what is your D? RA. Okay, is 15. So just highlight your A is actually 15. So the first question already tell you the D, right? So just proceed. So what is your D? Okay, is your term 2, that is your 22, minus your 15, what do you have? Okay, if you hardly to think, then just get your calculator. Okay, just get your calculator. Okay, so 22 minus 15, what do you have? You have 7. Okay, just use your calculator. Okay, now let's go for B. Okay, so how do you find term 16? Okay, so first of all, get your formula. Okay, from here, what do you need? Okay, your n is 16. Yes. Your a is, what's your a? 15. Yes. What is your d? 7 that you have found from the part A. Okay, then substitute in. So you have T16 equal to 15. Add up with 16 minus 1. Your D is 7. Okay, so just get your calculator and calculate it. You get the answer. 15 add up with 15 multiply with 7. Okay, so what's your answer? 120. Just like that. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, this question asks you determine the total numbers of terms. Okay, so obviously questions already gave you the last term. Okay, so again, what is your a? 17. So please remember to state first. Okay, oops. Okay, do remember to state your a is 17. Your d, 8. Your term 2 minus term 1, that is 8 minus 17. So you have 8 minus 17. You have negative 9. Okay, so in this case, you don't know, you only know the last term, right? So again, get your formula in. Okay, so what is your last term? Questions already gave you, that is negative 100 from the question. Okay, from the question here. Okay, so after that, what's your a? 17. What's your n? You don't know, you just substitute in back. What's your d? Negative 9. Okay, so from here, how you solve it? Okay, so the best way, use your calculator. Okay, so do remember to clear everything. Okay, reset everything. Oops. Okay, reset everything. Okay, reset everything. Okay, so just press negative 100. Okay, alpha equal, or you want to put negative sign, it's okay, it's the same. Okay, okay, alpha equal, okay, 17 add up with, okay, now this is n, right? So you represent with x. Okay, minus 1, then multiply with negative 9. Negative 9. Okay, so press shift solve. Okay, then enter. So obviously your n is 14. Okay, so let's proceed. I think so far so good, right? Okay, the sum of the first term. Okay, so again, this is another formula that is a must for you to remember. Okay, so let's look into one of the example. Okay, now arithmetic sequence. Okay, they gave you already. So find 12th term and the sum of the 12 terms. Okay. Okay, so from here again, highlight. Okay, the questions is about arithmetic sequence. Okay, then after that question want you to have the 12 terms, then the sum of the first 12 terms. Okay, now let's start. Always remember, first thing in your mind, highlight. What is your A? 2. Okay, what is your D? T2 minus T1. So your term 2 is 5 over 2. Minus with 2, so you have 1 over 2. Okay, so here, so far okay? Okay, now question want you to have the term. So Tn equal to A add up with n minus 1 D. Okay, so substitute in. Okay, substitute in. Okay, so your A is 2. Your n is 1 over 2. Sorry, your n is 16. Because you want to have, 12. 12. So 12 minus 1, 1 over 2. Okay, so just use your calculator. So 2 add up with 11 times 0.5. Okay, so you got 15 over 2. So you got 15 over 2. Okay. Now, how about the next part? Okay, so the sum of first. Okay, the sum. Okay, so you have your Sn equal to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so here your n here is 12. Okay, so your 12 divided by 2, 2, your a is 2, your n is 12, your d is 1 over 2. Okay. Okay, so just substitute in 4 add up with 11, then 1 over 2. Okay, so just use your calculator again. 6 multiply with 4 plus 11 times 2. 11 times 0.5. Okay, so you got 57. So your answer is 57. That's it. Okay, just simple. So that's the answer. Okay, this will be the homework that I will ask you to do later. Okay, all the questions is inside your textbook.